The best connections that I've ever had in the music industry are the ones that I pay for. I'm talking about the deepest relationships. These are the people that help me the most. These are the people that help me consistently make 6 figures a year. These are the people that are responsible for me never having to work a real job while doing music, which is so rare because people say this all the time, that there's not enough music or enough money in music to keep musicians sustainable. But you have to meet the right people. Now, I've had mentors and I've been blessed to have people deep in the music industry that have done $500 million deals, $100 million deals, who've made 8 figures in their respective industry, even if they weren't into music. Because not all of my relationships that have helped me in music come from music directly. But what I'm trying to tell you is you have to make investments to get in specific rooms with people who can help you with certain things. Because I tell people all the time, music is a business. There is a business portion to the music. Now, if musicians are only making 12% of $40-50 billion revenue that is made in music, then there's something wrong. That means the people who are the creators don't know how to make the money. We have a $40-50 billion industry per year and the creators only make 12%. They don't know how to make the money. As a matter of fact, they're relying on the industry. What you need to do is, and what I learned I had to do is I had to acquire my own resources and my own relationships of people who can teach me how to be independent of the system. And this was so important to me. And these are the things that I learned from these people. Learn how to directly sell to a consumer, learning how to set up a sales system, learning how to acquire a customer, learning how to value the lifetime value of a customer or a fan. These are some of the things that I just learned from my resources. But it takes specific rooms. A lot of times people will hit me up on social media and they'll say, hey, let's work, let's collab, without being mindful of how it could help me. They understand how it's going to help them, but they don't understand how it's going to help me. Now, how I got my mentors is I outlined how it was going to help them. I remember the first time me getting my now mentor, who's done multi-$100 million deals, right? He owned a studio here in Atlanta, right? And if I tell you the location, you'll instantly know what it is, so I'm not going to say. But I did a session with one of the engineers that was in one of the rooms because it's a factory. It's like it's a place that housed many studios. So after doing that, I seen the value of this place because I used to see people like Rock City come in and out, who's written some of the biggest hits. I seen Usher in and out. I've seen some of the biggest artists in the world just in and out of this place, right? So I was like, I gotta get in this place. This one central location, just being in here and having a studio in this location will bring me business. So I approach him and I'm like, I want to get a room. I'll do anything. He was just like, no, I'm not going to rent to you. Because 1, he didn't have any room or available space. 2, he was just skeptical because at the end of the day, it's like having that much traffic and having those many people of importance, you want to keep your circle small. This is one thing that I learned about people who are successful. They keep their circle very small because it's like if you keep everybody that's successful around you, it's impossible to fail, because as long as somebody around you has something going on, it could always create opportunities for other people. And this is why relationships are so important. So what I did was, now the person who let me get the original session, I just kept doing things for them until the person who's my now then mentor just started to see the value. So I would go to the studio and I just asked them one day, I said, hey, look, if you ever need an engineer, a vocal producer, or a songwriter to fill in for a session, I got you. I'll do it absolutely for free. I won't charge you anything. So he put me to the test that day. He had an artist come in, a big name artist, and I filled in and I did great. But mind you, I did this for months. As a matter of fact, I've given away tens of thousands of dollars worth of sessions and hours and money to this very person. But in return, I was able to make 40 times the amount of revenue and the return on investment just from giving away maybe $25,000 worth of services, songwriting services, engineering services, vocal production services. So these relationships yielded me so much more. And this is the importance that you have to understand and the value of relationships. Relationships will get you anywhere that you need to go, but these relationships have to be paid for. The biggest connections that you're going to have in the music business or any other business are the ones that you have to pay for. So be mindful when you reach out to somebody and you say, hey, I want to get here, I want to get there, or I want to collab, I want to say this. You have to be mindful, especially if these people are ahead of you, of how it helps them. And this is why over the next 12 months, I want to spend $100K. I want to spend $200, $300, $400, $500,000 just acquiring new skills, but not just acquiring new skills, but getting in rooms that I've never been in before, because it's information there that I don't have, or either there are connections there that I don't have. Because let's be honest, a lot of this stuff we can find online, right? I teach people how to record themselves. I teach people a lot of things that you could just easily YouTube. But sometimes people can teach you in such a way or hold your hand in a specific way because you've paid that could be tailored to your situation. And this is why resources are so important. And then they can solve that problem for you and then give you a key on how to get to the next 3 or 10 steps. And that is the most important thing, because sometimes you might get information from people who can't help you with the next step. Now, I can be a little bit more specific, right? A lot of people know me from selling templates. Yeah, you can get a template from me. You can get a template from anybody else. But the difference between getting templates from them and me, or me and them, is that I work with Grammy nominated, Grammy winning, award winning, Billboard winning producers, songwriters, engineers. I'm currently in the industry, and I'm an independent musician myself. I've never had a real job. So when people, once they create a product, a lot of people who give you that information, they're making money specifically off that. I've made money songwriting, 6 figures a year just from doing that. 6 figures from being an artist, 6 figures from being an entrepreneur, on the way to making $6 million totally for my career. A lot of people can't say that. So it's just the difference, because sometimes some people just have information that you don't have. Like when people come into my sessions, and a lot of my recording sessions, I chop up the content and I put it online. And it's been so helpful. And a lot of people reach out and say, man, your free stuff is killing. If your free stuff is killing, man, I need a session. A lot of people want to work with me, just from the free information of just what they've learned from just me posting, me working with other people. But you have to be able to value the importance of your relationships. But if you guys want bigger relationships, I have a group called the Nation of Sound Makers. It's 2,300 people all headed in the same direction. They're trying to level up. They're trying to be the best producers, engineers, artists, musicians possible. They're trying to learn how to make money, not only just make money in music, but better their craft. And we're doing it together. And also, I do coaching, and I'm setting up a program that's currently under the works. That's going to teach you everything from how to make the music and make the money, because I see a hole in the industry. Not enough creatives know how to make money, and I want to change the dynamic. So tell me down in the comment section, what do you struggle with? What are some of the relationships that you need to have to be able to get to the next level? Let me know.